There is a future. Don't give up. Amram gave up. Yocheved gave up. The shenste Yidden, the best and the brightest of the Yidden, didn't have the Aleph of Emunah, and she did. Miriam shows up to remind us to have Emunah in the eventual Geula. And she did an intervention, I'll call it an intervention, because Moshe just told us he's not going with us. And anybody around who hears this story about, yay, we're all the way up to Emunah and we need to do tshuva and then we're going to have refuah and then eventually we'll have the Geula, might be crestfallen. Who can wait so long? Who can hold out? Who can not give up because of the arichus of this? Miriam doesn't give up. And who does she take to drill that into them? The women. Why? Because the women, b'schus nashim tzidkanios, is going to. The women are the premium of Emunah. They start with Emunah, and she convinced them, and she danced around them in a circle. Why a circle? Achdus, and also shleimos. What are the four shleimos? Esro, Gemuna shlema, Tshuva shlema, Refuah shlema, Gula shlema, shleimos. This circle is the only perfect geometric figure. I got to drill down. I'm going to drill down. And she says, I brought my instruments. What instruments I usually do? You know what you usually use instruments for? Either to celebrate or to cheer somebody up. Right? Listen, I make somebody. Right. David and Shaul, classic example. And David was the Melech HaMashiach who knew how to use songs. And this brings us to the 10 Tehillim of Rabbi Nachman. And Rabbi Nachman had a story about the lost princess. We spoke about this, I think, last year. But he says there are 10 Tehillim, each represents a different type of song. And he says each one of them heals a different klipa, a different thing. One is for depression, and one is for sadness, and one is for anger, and one is for this, and one is for taiva, and one is for gaiva, and each one fixes something. That's called, Should I tell you the 10? You should know the 10. Mark it down.
You gave that to last year.
Right, Tet Zayin Lamed Bet, 1632. 1632. Right, that's the first set. 4142, second set. 5977, the third set. 105 and 137, and the last one is. Oh, I forgot Tzaddik. Tzaddik and Kuf Hey, which is 90 and 105, and then Kuf Lamed Zayin 137 and 150. I'll repeat the numbers first, and then the Hebrew. The numbers are 16. It sounds like bingo. It's also good to win. 1. It's also circles. 1632, 4142, 5977, 90, 105, 137, 150. In Hebrew, Tet Zayin, Lamed Bet, Mem Aleph, Mem Bet, Nun Tet Ayin Zayin, Tzadik Kuf Hey, Kuf Lamed Zayin, Kuf Nun. Okay, so we're going to get to. We need those instruments. We need to work on it. It's not a simple thing. We need the refuah hanefesh. That's basically the stage that Klal Yisrael was at. And part of that is, again, if we get emunah, we'll do tshuva, we'll have refuah, and then eventually we'll have the geula. So that explains what Miriam was doing. And that explains why they got those 3 particular mitzvos. And it explains why Moshe wouldn't let them take the Bizat Hayam, and it also explains what happened next. Then they get 12 wells, the Torah becomes sweet, and they get 12 wells for each tribe, because we need 12 tribes to get to the final Geula, and we need Shivim Skenim, which is Sanhedrin, to get to the final. So they already made a big jump in progress in order. It didn't last, because we got to Chet HaEgel, but it was on its way. I just want to end with this thought. Notice the 15s. There are 4 letters in Etrog, right? 4 letters in Etrog. There are 4 15s that mark really what this process is all about. On the 15th of Shvat, everything starts. It's the renewal of hope. That's Miriam's Yontif. That's Tu B'Shvat, right? What's the next serious 15? Purim, which happens to be Esther's Yontif, right? Because that's already tshuva. What did the Jews do in Purim? They did tshuva. The Kimu v'Kiblu. They finally, yeah. Now, what's the next significant 15? Pesach. And that was really refuah shlema, because that's what the generation of Pesach did. They got the level of refuah, and we say that, according to the Zohar, that matzah is lechem. It's bread of healing. It's bread of healing. It's called. And the last 15 is when? And what do we take on Sukkot? The Esrog. Who is the Esrog? The Tzaddik. It has everything. It brings all the Jews together until we get to the final destination. What do we read on at the end of? We have Simchas Torah, right? And what do we dance around in on Simchas Torah? In circles. The mecholos that Miriam told us about all the way. So these 15s are a process, and the process is etro, and that's what we start davening for now. Our sukkahs is dependent on today. Today's job is to read the sap of faith has to start to flow again. And who's the critical thing for that? The women. The women's job is to inspire their counterparts, their men, and everybody else around them, the mothers to the children, and the wives to the husbands, and the bubbies to everybody else, and their grandchildren, is have emunah. It's all going to be good. Strive to be that perfect tzaddik. Try every day to be a little bit more shalem. But first things first, build your emunah that Klal Yisrael is going to be okay, and that Mitzvah Shem will see a geula shleim and have